The Travel Transformation Podcast is proud to be partnered with Give the Goodness Global, an amazing global outreach project helping families in need all over Southeast Asia and beyond. Please check them out at Instagram.com/Give the Goodness Global today. And now on to the podcast episode.
Welcome to the Travel Transformation Podcast, where we talk all things travel and all things transformation, exploring the life-changing potential of solo travel, intentional travel, and location-independent working. Whether you're an aspiring digital nomad or simply wish to boost your confidence through epic travel experiences, I'm here to motivate and inspire you to go after all your wildest dreams. I'm Jessica Grace Coleman, author, certified travel coach, founder of the Travel Transformation Company, and your host for the Travel Transformation Podcast. Travel changed my life. Now let's change yours. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to the Travel Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Jess, and today is just going to be a quick solo episode all about how to have an intentional Christmas wherever you are in the world, because I know a lot of people who listen to this are travellers and you might not be at home for Christmas. Before we get onto that though, a few bits of admin. I'm recording this using my little travel mic, and it is a very, very windy day, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay and not just the rush of the wind outside. I also have a couple of podcast related announcements. So if you've been listening for a while, you know that I've been doing 2 a week every Tuesday and Thursday. I started off with 1 a week every Tuesday, Travel Transformation Tuesday, and went up to 2 when I had loads of people wanting to come on my podcast to be interviewed, all that good stuff. And I also wanted to talk about my own stuff, so that's why I went up to 2. But it has been very busy recently, work-wise, personal-wise, everything-wise, and it's just becoming too much at the moment to keep up with 2 a week. So I am going to be dropping down to 1 a week, hopefully not forever, but definitely for the next couple of months or so. And it will be every Tuesday, so Travel Transformation Tuesdays are back. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know in case you try to tune in on Thursday and you're like, where the hell is the episode? So yes, Tuesdays only from now on until I can get back to 2 a week. Also, along the same lines, because I need a break, and I'm sure you will need a break as well, and we'll be doing lots of fun things over the Christmas week off. So yeah, Christmas Day this year is on a Monday. So the Travel Transformation Tuesday will be Boxing Day, but I'm not going to be doing one that week. It's always a crazy time, that kind of week, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure some people are working, but if you're not, then you get stuck in like a mince pie and mulled wine haze. You don't know what day it is. You just know that you're full of cheese, that you've watched a million cheesy Hallmark Christmas movies. At least that's what happens with me. So yeah, we're going to take that week off, and then the week after we'll be carrying on every Tuesday. So yeah, I hope you continue to listen on Tuesdays, and yeah, I hope you have a great Christmas. This episode is all about Christmas. It's not the last one before Christmas. There's also one next week, which will be my review of the year and my 2024 plans. So I did one at the end of last year for 2023. So I'll be doing that next week, and then the week after we'll be having it off, and then the next week will be in 2024, which is absolutely crazy. Anyway, so this episode, as I said, is all about how to have an intentional Christmas wherever you are in the world. Now, I'm all about intentions. Usually I talk about it in relation to intentional travel and how you can use travel as a tool to transform yourself. But I think we can also apply the same principles of being intentional to, well, everything in our life, really. But today I'm going to be talking about Christmas because it's nearly Christmas. So personally, I don't think I've ever spent a Christmas away from my home country, my hometown. I usually spend it with my family, and it's also my mum's birthday on Christmas Day, so that's a sort of double celebration. So I don't think I've ever actually been away, but I know lots of my friends who travel constantly or who even travel part-time have been away during Christmas time, and it can be quite hard, especially if you're from a big family or you usually celebrate Christmas in all kinds of ways, and all of a sudden you're maybe on your own, maybe in a foreign country, maybe you don't speak the language, maybe you don't know anyone, or maybe you're at a co-living house or a hostel or something like that, and you've got people to hang out with, but it doesn't really feel the same as being with your friends and family. So I thought I'd go through a few things that anyone can do, really, whether you're at home or not, But in particular, if you're not at home this time of year, you can maybe start your own traditions to take forward, especially if you're going to be constantly on the road for several years, like many digital nomads are these days. So I've come up with some specific ideas for intentional Christmas activities. So let's go to number 1, which is mindful gift giving. Now, obviously, giving presents, this is not a new thing for Christmas, but I really like thinking about presents properly, like thinking what people would be into, what they would enjoy. I try to get personalized presents when I can. I try and make them bespoke to that person. It can either be actually getting something personalized, like with their name on or something, or just something I know they're really into. It can be a physical thing. It can be an experience-based gift, such as cooking classes, gig tickets, or outdoor adventures. It can be really great, especially when you're traveling, to support local charities or to support local artists or local boutique shops by purchasing handmade or ethically sourced gifts to give to them. And if you're away from home and you're going to be going home soon after Christmas, or maybe putting something in the post for people at home, getting presents from the place you are, from local artists and local boutique shops where, someone at home would never be able to find those just in a shop at home. I found that really cool. I like collecting souvenirs and stuff, and I like buying things for other people from the places I visit. So that can be a nice, mindful gift-giving thing. Also, if you're on the road and you're staying in a hostel or a co-living or something, maybe you're doing a Secret Santa or something like that, and you really don't know the person that well, you can really think about this. Obviously, if you're already traveling with them, or if they're traveling and you've met them on the road, you already know they're into travel. So there are so many travel-related gifts you can get people that won't completely weigh their case down or anything like that, that can actually help them. And you could always go out for a meal in the place you are, go for drinks. You could stalk them on social media, find out what they like, and get a meaningful gift there. And again, this is something that we can do at home as well. So 1 is mindful gift giving. 2 is to create meaningful traditions. So establish traditions that hold personal significance. So even if you're on the road, you can take traditions from home and pass them on to people you meet. And that's a great way of sharing your culture, your background, your family history. It could be a special family recipe that you cook for everyone, or a unique holiday ritual that the people you're with, if they're from a different country, they might not know about. I find it amazing when I'm traveling and I'm talking about some kind of tradition or thing that I do, like on a regular basis or annual basis, and so many people just have no idea what I'm talking about, and I kind of take it for granted that everyone has the same traditions, and they really, really don't. So I like the idea of taking traditions from home and sharing them with your new travel buddies. You could also volunteer together as a group to give back to the community, or if you're on your own, just see if you can find anywhere where you can volunteer for the holidays. I'm sure there's lots of soup kitchens, lots of charities that need help that time of year, and you could create a tradition yourself and do that wherever you are in the world every year, which I think is really great. Okay, number 3 is solo travel or reflection time. So if you are a solo traveler, you can take time to pause, reflect, and just look back over your travels and what you've learned during the past year. I'm going to be doing a very similar thing next week when I do my look back over 2023 and my plan ahead to 2024. Even if you're not solo, you could consider a short solo trip to a place that holds personal significance or offers a peaceful retreat.
Sorry for the interruption, but I just have to tell you about Give the Goodness Global, an incredible global outreach project run by American veteran Cody Grannon. Cody is passionate about helping those in need all over the world, whether it's raising money for a specific family he's met while traveling in Southeast Asia, giving food and supplies to people who would otherwise go without, or simply donating his time to help wherever help is needed. Please check out Instagram.com/GiveTheGoodnessGlobal to find out more, to donate money to their current cause, or to buy Give the Goodness Global merch, all the profits of which go straight back to helping those in need. Plus, 10% of all profits from Jessica Grace Coleman's book, Intentional Travel Transformation, are donated to this brilliant cause. You can find out more about this at traveltransformationcoach.com/books. So remember, be kind and give the goodness always. Thank you. And now back to the Travel Transformation Podcast.
Christmas doesn't have to be about running around like a headless chicken. It can be about getting that much needed R&R that you need at the end of the year. So yeah, this can include engaging activities that promote self-care, such as journaling, meditation, or exploring nature. And obviously I recommend doing this all the time anyway, but especially at Christmas, coming to the end of the year, it can be nice to just pause and reflect and just breathe for a bit. Okay, we've got number 4, magical movie moments. If you know anything about me, I'm all about creating magical moments that feel like scenes from a movie. So if you're traveling, this could mean going to an actual location of a film. For instance, I like going to places I've seen in TV shows and movies, and even in books, or I like visiting places where writers have lived, or the inspiration for books. For instance, in Estes Park, Colorado, I've been there several times to the, well, no, it's not the Overlook Hotel. In The Shining that Stephen King wrote, it's the Overlook Hotel. In real life, it's called the Stanley Hotel. It was his inspiration to write the book, and they also set the TV series there, not the film. And it's amazing, and I love visiting places like that. I really want to go to Romania now that I've watched Wednesday. I'd love to go there. There's so many places on my list to do with movies, and I just feel like I'm in a movie when I'm in any of these places. But as it's Christmas, we can put a festive slant on this. So maybe you want to go to New York at Christmas time and see the big ice skating rink and the huge tree and the angels at Rockefeller Center and all that kind of stuff. Wherever you are in the world, I'm sure you can find Christmas-related places that you can go where you feel like you're in a Christmas movie. You can also have a themed movie night with your travel buddies or on your own, complete with festive snacks and cozy blankets, of course, and hot chocolate drinks. And I recommend, as always, capturing these magical moments through photos or through journaling so you can come back and look at them in the future and remember the amazing times you had. Okay, 5 is mindful decorating. So even if you're not home, even if you don't have a home, it doesn't mean you can't decorate. If you travel around in your car, you can decorate your car. Or if you're in a van. Or maybe you could zhuzh up your suitcase with some kind of festive decoration. Even if you're staying in a hotel room or a hostel or a co-living, I'm sure you can put up some kind of festive decorations to make you feel more at home and to make you feel more Christmassy. Number 6 is experience local culture. So wherever you are in the world, as well as sharing your own traditions with other people, you can find out about their traditions. You can go to local holiday events, markets, performances, explore cultural traditions and customs unique to your current location, and talk to locals, find out what they do at Christmas. Again, you can incorporate volunteer opportunities and get to know the people who help people out this time of year. There are always so many things you can do. Okay, so number 7 is gratitude practices. And again, I recommend you do this anyway, but at Christmas, I think we can find a lot to be grateful for, even if we are away from family and friends. I always like the idea of getting a gratitude jar where everyone can contribute notes about things they're thankful for. You can do this if you're in a hostel or a co-living situation and you have people around you. If not, just do it by yourself. It doesn't have to be a jar. You can get a little envelope, write down what you're grateful for, write down your favourite memories from the past year, pop it in the envelope, and hopefully don't lose it in the next year, and you can open it the year after and remember all the great times you've had. And number 8, the last one, is reflect and set intentions for the new year. Again, I'm going to be doing this next week on my podcast episode, but this is all about carving out time for personal reflection on the past year's accomplishments, challenges, and personal growth. So it doesn't just have to be things you've finished and achieved in terms of your business. It doesn't have to be things that have been successful in terms of money. It can be things that have helped you grow. So these can be a lot of bad things. When I'm recording this, it's not been too long since Taylor Swift was announced as Time's Person of the Year. I think it's called Person of the Year. And I love the fact that she took a cat to the photo shoot as well. I think they did like three different colours for the magazine, and on one of them she's got her cat around her neck like a scarf. It's amazing. She loves her cats. Anyway, I read a quote that Taylor said, I think it was during the interview for Time's Person of the Year, and she said something like, "It isn't lost on me that this has come after a year or after a period of time where 2 of the worst things have ever happened to me." She basically got cancelled and disappeared for ages after the whole Kim and Kanye thing. I'm not entirely sure about all the details there, but I think it was a very, very dark time for her. And then also she had her entire back catalogue of her music sort of not stolen from her, but, she didn't have the rights to it anymore. And that's why she re-released all her albums called Taylor's Version. Literally re-recorded every single song so she had the rights to them, which I think is a baller move. And yeah, I just love that whole thing, the idea that one of the best sort of accomplishments she's had, or one of the forms of recognition she's had from Time magazine, have come after two really, really horrible things in her life. And she rose like a phoenix from the ashes and came back and has been killing it with her tour, with everything else. And I just love that idea. So it's all about reflecting on the things you've achieved, but also the things you've gone through that have created personal growth, even if you haven't really seen it yet. It might be next year, it might be the year after, where you realize why you went through that thing and this amazing thing comes out of it. But you can do this on your own, journaling, whatever, or you can do it as a group if you do have travel buddies, or maybe you want to Zoom with your friends or family back home and just reflect and set intentions for the new year with them. So setting intentions, what you want to focus on in the next year. I like coming up with a name or a theme or a word of the year for next year, which I'll be talking about next week. And yeah, it's just a really nice time at the end of the year. Hopefully you've got some extra time, if you've got some days off work, and you can really just sit and think about this stuff and celebrate the year, celebrate the year to come, and have an awesome festive time wherever you are in the world. So that was this week's quickie episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, from now on, I'm just going to be doing one podcast episode a week on Travel Transformation Tuesdays. I will be off the week of Christmas. And for now, I hope you have a great week. I will see you next week for the last podcast episode of the year. Until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Travel Transformation Podcast with me, Jessica Grace Coleman. If you enjoyed this episode, I would really appreciate it if you could please subscribe, rate and review, and spread the word, because it's my mission to help as many people as possible to flip the script on their lives and transform through travel. And remember, life is short, so let's make sure it's nothing short of amazing. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.